This is Multiplaying, episode OB-110OB.
You read it like that.
I read it. I read it that way. Recorded on Saturday, February 21st of February 2015.
This is Frank Phoenix Red Sanchez. I'm a host on the Warhammer Alliance podcast at warhammeralliance.com. And you are listening to Multiplaying, which is penetrating you better than an Oscar Mayer Wienermobile.
Everybody online, looking good.
A companion podcast to the collaborative blog and gaming community that's playing as life allows. This is Multiplaying.
Well, let's start the insanity.
We have clearance, Clarence. Roger. What's our vector, Victor?
Hello?
Great heavens! What kind of radio show is this?
Hell yeah.
That's adorable, sir.
You like that?
Yeah, I did like that. I don't know if you know this, but I like the Star Wars. I do.
But only Princess Leia, right?
And R2-D2 is okay, too.
Because he's sexually ambiguous.
Yeah.
I said he, though, so I don't know.
Yeah, but he does seem like a he, right?
It does. Like a little, kind of like, he's kind of a smart ass.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really get what he's saying, but he seems like a smart ass.
Mm-hmm.
I get this smart assy vibe from him.
Yeah. Did you guys, have you watched any of the Star Wars Rebels show series? Yeah. Yes. What do you think?
I like it. That little robot on there is
he's
bigger.
an asshole.
Yeah,
That's
I was
why
going to
I
say
brought
a
it
bigger
up.
little shit. But yeah, he's total ass.
Yeah,
like,
Chopper, wasn't it?
I think so. And he's like the one, in the one part, he's just messing with the guy. Oh, what's the main character guy? His name is...
The kid?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's kind of...
I'm terrible with characters.
I am too. But anyway, he's just the little robot guy. He's just sitting there poking him over and over and over and over, and
like,
that guy's just sitting there taking it like, "Yup, he's just gonna mess with me."
The one episode, like he's chucking those milk carton-looking things at the kid while he's on top of the ship, like trying to practice using the Force to like stop him or whatever, or redirect him, and just like the big purple dude, starts like dumping him into the thing, like nuts, and they just practically about kill the kid because he falls off the damn ship. So, but the show itself is actually I'm pretty impressed by it.
I like it a lot better than Clone Wars.
Yeah, I do too.
More.
Like Clone Wars eventually got going to the point where
it's a slow burn, and it
was a real slow burn, but it finally got there.
You have to invest to get there.
And I don't know if that's purely because the guys that were working on Clone Wars kind of took everything that they'd learned. Because it's not, I don't think it's entirely the same team, but it's a lot of the same people. Like Dave Filoni is still like the director of it.
Yeah.
I think he was the director. But yeah, he, I don't know if that whoever was actually pulled over into Disney to work on Rebels, if they actually just took what they learned and applied it to make just more solid episodes or what. But yeah, almost out of the gate, that show's been really good. I mean, it's still good enough that kids are watching it, but I will say that show's good, like it's kid friendly in a way, but there's so many Stormtrooper deaths in that show,
except for all the death.
Very
family friendly.
People getting straight up murdered in Star Wars Rebels, but they're indiscriminate. They have no face.
They have these bucket heads. They're not real people.
You don't care about them.
Yeah.
They're bad.
They're bad. It's very clear cut. There's no gray areas there.
Well, there is black and white, though, because their suits are white.
Yeah.
But are you drinking anything?
I have one of the Stella Artois left over from last week. So yeah, didn't run out. I just grabbed what was in the fridge.
And I did not run out of White Russian.
The
equipment required, the accoutrement to make White Russian, so that's what I'm having again.
Nice. It's a redo show.
I am about out.
Well, now I am.
What do we want to talk about first tonight?
I am somewhat interested in this note here that there is something like a labyrinth in Guild Wars 2.
I thought about it afterwards. Last week you mentioned something about really liking just the never-ending supply of kill in an MMO, and in Guild Wars 2, the closest thing that was to like the Avalon City of Dark Age of Camelot would be probably the Labyrinth, which would just only come around during Halloween time. But then I thought, the closest thing that's probably in the game currently that I could maybe suggest is the Silverwastes. You have to be 80, I think. I don't think I'm almost positive it does not upscale. I think you have to be 80.
Okay.
That's the only downside of it. Because the nice thing about the Labyrinth is if you had a lower level character, it would upscale you.
Yeah, you could just go in with anybody.
And you could just, that was the brilliant part of it.
I really like that because then you could play with your builds because you could see them in a PvE situation. And yeah, that was really fun. And then as you kind of just opened up new things, you could really test them out there. And
but
you
if
could
you
test
are
out
just
classes there, really easily. Because it upscaled you.
But if you are just wanting to run around and kill stuff and collect the booty, Silverwaste right now is probably the place because there's just a constant barrage of events going on, trying to protect. It's kind of like almost a mix. It's a mix between PvE and WVW that you're trying to kind of guard these sections of the map from the Mordrum onslaught. So that's kind of the closest thing right now. So I just wanted to throw that out there for you. But
cool. But it's not in a dungeon.
No, it is a big map section. It's actually the most recent opened up part of the game map that came along with the story stuff.
I can try it.
Yeah, give it a shot.
Give it a shot. See what's there.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. But in other Guild Wars 2 news, there was more Revenant info.
Apparently, a whole lot of Revenant info.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not. If you want to know about it, either you probably already know about it, or if you still don't know about it, I would suggest you go check out the most recent Points of Interest live stream. If you go to Guild Wars 2, I don't know if they actually link from their site. I bet you they do. But if you go to the YouTubes and look up Points of Interest, they do a live stream once a week, once every other week, something like that. And the most recent one was getting really in depth about the Revenant, about certain weapons and skills. They were going over, I think, 3 different weapons maybe and 3 different skill sets.
It's like an hour long, though.
It's an hour-long podcast.
So much info.
Yeah, I have. It actually just got posted on. I didn't make it home in time to catch the live stream version of it, so I need to watch the YouTube video. I don't know much about what they talked about, to be honest with you. All I do know is from Reddit. I hear that there's this guy named John Peters, who is now everybody's favorite, because apparently, and I don't know, there is a question whether it was scripted or not, but I guess at first glance, it really didn't seem scripted, that he started going into a lot of stuff about the class that he wasn't supposed to.
Oh.
Yeah, and then people, I guess, online were going nuts about how happy they were that they were going this in depth. But the actual host of the show, Ruby, who's been a long time with both John and Ruby have been with the company for a while. John's been game design lead for quite some time, I believe. But I guess he was going into stuff, and I guess she kind of basically had a look of terror on her face at one point because she felt like she basically lost control of the show, and he was just going to keep showing off stuff regardless of what she said. So,
but they YouTubed it, so
yeah, they still YouTubed it. So it made me. I don't know if it was purely because
okay.
They already showed it off anyways, and the info's out there. Might as well show the whole video or what it was, or maybe it was scripted. I don't know.
Well done.
But well done. Yeah, apparently, like I said, everybody seems to have really enjoyed the most recent Points of Interest. So,
cool. If
you're interested in more about the new class coming with the expansion, I would suggest go checking that out.
I am interested.
Yeah, I want to check it out. It seems cool. It seems like it might be the first heavy armor-wearing class in Guild Wars 2 that I might like. I kind of like the Guardian, but I still go back to my Ranger and my Necro for most of my playtime. But this seems kind of cool.
Cool. I'm excited about it. The other thing that I've noticed a lot of, starting to grow, a bit of chatter about Sky Saga.
Yeah.
This is new to you, right?
Yeah, it was very new to me.
Okay. If you don't know what Sky Saga is, it's like Minecraft.
I don't know. All I've watched is the video that you linked, and it looks. I'm going to use your word. Looks cute.
It's so cute.
Looks goddamn cute.
So cute. It's Minecraft 2.0. I don't know. That's
we keep
a
using
lame
that word.
way to say it, but I guess there's like a lot more to it than just like the Minecrafty parts of it. But
there's no way you look at it and don't think Minecraft.
You see Minecraft right away, but it's definitely a bit more adorable. But then there's also the this element where you see people jumping through these portals that reminds me a lot of Ort Online, which is also another Minecraftish like game in alpha right now. I don't even know if it's alpha or pre-alpha, but it's in the early stages as well. And I don't know, but it looks interesting.
It's almost like if Minecraft, if it kind of had a structure to it that allowed for more cooperative play in terms of going against an AI.
Yeah, I've heard there like actually is some quests and like objectives and things like that in this game. So, but I haven't played it yet. I signed up for it, I guess, a day late. There was a point at which if you signed up, like everyone got in the alpha this week, and I found out about it the day after that. So I am not in it. But yeah, I heard about it originally on playing on a new Minecraft server, and like pretty much all those people got in. So, and then I asked Belgast if he had heard about it, and he's like, actually, yeah, I just got, an invite to it. And so he blogged about it, I think today. So check out Belgast's blog, Tales of the Agronaut, if you would like to hear, to read a bit more about someone who actually played it. Like, I'm interested in it, but I haven't played it yet. So,
and speaking of Tales of the Agronaut,
Belgast writes a blog called Tales of the Agronaut. If you don't know who Belgast is, he's a blogger, but he also podcasts and he streams, and he's a guild leader and a multi-game community organizer, and he writes for MMO games, and I'm probably leaving out like 14 other things that he does. If you want to see all the stuff he does, go to belgast.com. Like, that's where he kind of links all of his stuff. We're featuring his blog, but definitely we still have links to all his other activities as well on there. But he's a very busy gamer guy, and he was just on the last most recent episode of Battle Bards too, and picked the theme was Rock On, and it's like all like rock music from MMOs that they talk about, and it's a pretty good episode. Yeah, I don't know anything about music, so like I could never be on a show like that, but I love listening to it.
I was about to say I've never actually listened to that show. I've heard a few people recommend it, and
I think that would be right up your alley. You love music.
I do.
Like, I mean, everyone likes music.
I like shitty music, though.
Then you must like MMO music.
No, I mean, probably. I don't recommend my listening to anyone.
You have very unique musical interests, but you're very passionate about it and knowledgeable about it. So I would think this would be right up your alley.
Yeah, I'll
just surprise.
Give it a shot. I have a list of things I still got to get downloaded on my my listening device, so we'll get it. What is this Crowfall thing? I have actually heard of quite a bit of people, I hear it in my mind when I read the tweets. There's a lot of people tweeting about Crowfall. A couple things about Crowfall and Tweeria. I know jack squat about either of them.
Crowfall, I don't know anything about it. There's a big announcement coming in like 2.5 days from right this very moment.
Okay.
They have a countdown. If you go to crowfall.com, there's an announcement countdown, counting down.
Okay.
And there's not that much about it other than like, we want to make something, deeper than a virtual amusement park. We want it more impactful than a virtual sandbox, more immersive, more game, where decisions matter. That's like actually from their website. So
yeah, the only thing I know about the game is that I saw some concept art like linked on Twitter a long time ago, and I thought it looked fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, it does have some beautiful artwork.
The art, oh my god.
Well, I guess there is like some information if you go down to like their latest news. They have some like physics and voxel farm and stuff like that, like information there, but not a lot's really out yet about it. So yeah, it's more of a, everyone's kind of has their interest
Hopeful.
peaked. Yeah, like everyone's like all peaked about it, but it's just not quite a lot of information's out yet, which, I mean, it wouldn't be. It's still in the very early stages of development, I would say.
But yeah, can't speak much to like what kind of game it actually is or gameplay, but I at least recommend going and looking at their art, because if you are interested in just how games look, period, I think it looks absolutely great. It's the style of it is, it's stylistic in a way that, like, when a lot of people say stylistic, they mean they might think like World of Warcraft. You could make some connections to that, but it just looks so much sharper than that.
I would say cross between like Landmark and Guild Wars 2 art.
Yeah, that's probably more accurate. Yeah, it has definitely a Landmark feel to it.
But yeah, like it kind of looks like a painting type of style. So I'm interested in it, but it's one of those things like I kind of like, I have my eyes covered, but then I'm like kind of looking between my fingers at it, because it's like, it seems like the next thing that's gonna get hyped up a ton, and we're all gonna, we're all gonna get into it, and then it's not gonna be what everyone wants. I mean, it doesn't, the way they're touting it probably won't be what everybody wants, because I don't know, it's impossible to be what everyone wants.
Fucking ArcAge. But what about Tweeria?
Tweeria is weird. I
saw you something about you killed Merrick.
I did. It's a silly thing. What happens is like when you're logged into Twitter, you go over to Tweeria.com and sign up. And what it does is it's an app. It'll say, do you want to give this application access to your Twitter account? And you say yes.
You can't say no.
Well, if you say no, you're not playing.
Oh, okay.
This is how it works.
Is there not an option? Oh my god.
And so there's an option to say no, and it's called not playing.
Oh, okay.
So you don't actually have to do anything after that. What happens is when you tweet, if I at you or someone ats me or anything or retweets me, these things get noted, and you get experience based on what you're just doing on Twitter. And so it will make like weird little statements about, like, I signed up the Multiplaying Net Twitter account this week just to see, what it would do. And I signed it up with PVP enabled, which means you can attack like I tweeted about Sky Saga earlier. So my event for that was Multiplaying Net broke peasant Sky Saga completely. And because it takes whoever like you tweeted about and puts them into just a string of text that is like, MMO adventure like, and it has a spot of, there's a little map where you're at, and as you're going along, you can pick up stuff in your inventory, and then you have to put it on your character, and that helps you, and it's cute, and so occasionally it's one of those things like once in a blue moon, like I'll see someone. It's one of those things I forget about completely for a long time. And then someone will say something on Twitter about it, and I'll like, I'll go check mine, and like there'll be something funny, like you said, like how I killed Merrick this week. I was like, that's funny. So I copied it. And if you pull up like Tweeria.com / your username, which ours is Multiplaying Net, like over to the right of your events, there's a little bird, and you can click that and tweet that statement if it's something like that you like. Or you can go into your settings and it'll auto tweet for you, but I don't like that, so I don't have that enabled. Yeah. So, but I do have the PvP enabled because I think it's kind of silly. So, but yeah. Black Crow ate Farmer Gypsy Sill and massacred Multiplaying Net near Bone Dungeon earlier. That was a day ago.
That made no sense.
Crow. Yeah, sometimes the language that it throws in there is a little rough, because it's, you could tell it's like a computer or a program like throwing these things together. So yeah, Black Crow is like Black Crow. It looks like it's a level 5 mob. Mm-hmm. If you hover over it, and it ate Farmer Gypsy Sill, which is someone I tweeted about at the time.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So, and massacred me. So, the crow ate her, massacred me near Bone Dungeon, which is a location.
Bone
It's a level 1 to 10 location in the map.
Yeah.
So, but it's all text-based. It's not like an actual MMO, but it just gives you the text of it. It's just a cute thing. They do have a note on there that it is open source now. They have no resources to improve Tweeria anymore.
Oh.
yeah, you can help them do it, or do it yourself, and you can check out their GitHub repository to get more information on that. That's if you go to Tweeria.com, it's at the top of the page there, but it's a cute idea. I mean, it's just kind of like a cute, neat little thing. And there's always there's artwork in the center, and like your inventory will have items, and you can drag and drop them on there or sell them. And there's like no actual game of Tweeria other than that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about how bad my account would be because I don't tweet that much.
You used to.
I used to a lot.
Yeah. I've been trying to get our Multiplaying Net Twitter to be more than just... Because right now it feeds from our forums quite a bit, and I kind of want to be more interactive with it. So I've been working on actually using it like Multiplaying Net as a person and tweeting like little supportive things about people we know that and like. And
that's cool.
Yeah. I'm at level 1 still, though. It's rough.
I need to get a tweet deck or something so that I can actually have multiple accounts up at once.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah,
I've got. It looks like the Matrix over here with.
I know. I've seen your computer, your second monitor just for tweeting.
Just for tweeting.
The tweet battle station.
Let's see here. Well, I got 5 columns just for work, Twitter.
That's true. Yeah.
But anyway, so we don't know anything about Crowfall. We know about Tweeria. And now you can sign up if you like to be level 1 and get killed.
Nah.
No?
Nah. I'm probably good.
Okay. I did want to say, Get Your Geek On Radio was our featured show last week that we wanted to do, kind of be supportive of. They did a show they do their live show every Thursday, and they did 2 shout-outs to us on their show. I thought that was way cool. And
so now we're shouting out about them again.
I guess. I don't know.
So now we're even.
They do have a SoundCloud if you want to go back and listen to any of their old shows. Their show is more, it's not much about gaming. It's mostly like Star Wars, and like this last week they did action figure collectibles, and they actually had a guy on who had like a large Superman like type of collection. And
that's cool.
Yeah, he was an extra in the movie because it was filmed here in Detroit.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, and he's like, I can't talk about any of that though, because he's like, they make you sign your life away pretty much.
Wow.
So they were like, well, we can have you on, after the movie's out, and you can tell us little stories about it. He's like, yeah, definitely. So.
Extra on the new one, the Superman Batman one.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I wasn't clear. I'm sorry.
No, I couldn't remember where the last Superman movie was actually filmed.
Yeah, they filmed a lot of it in Detroit. Probably Gotham-like, so.
You got free reign to just destroy whatever you want.
We don't even need to blow it up. Or it looks blown up. And what else? They talk a lot about Star Wars and costuming, too, so if that's your thing. They wanted to get into LARPing, and I was thinking, remember, Steve played SWTOR with us, and Joe, another guy, Joe, and Joe was into LARPing. I'm like, just ask Joe. But, I wasn't on the show, so I couldn't really say it. I was, saying it at myself while I was listening to their show. I'm like, duh, somebody who does this.
I watched people LARPing in the park one time.
Did you? I've never LARPed. Have you LARPed?
I will say, as much as anyone would make fun of that on its face, deservedly so, in my opinion. I will say, the people that were out there doing that, half of them were fit as hell because they were just fucking beating the shit out of each other.
Oh, and then running and you spend
running nonstop for an hour,
running,
and I was they were in shape, man. I gave them a lot of credit.
That's awesome.
And it was hot as hell that day when we were doing it.
When you LARP, it's not just playing D&D where you're sitting there in your sweatshirt and
Well, these guys weren't full costumes. I mean, there was some that were wearing kilts, but a lot of them were shirtless, just with big swords and shields, just beating the shit out of each other. And yeah, it was interesting.
That's what Steve was saying. He wants to kind of go and watch it, not to mock it. He wants to kind of take it in and see what it's about, and before he goes and actually commits to it,
Sure.
But
watch from the shadows.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if LARPing allows that or not. I don't know anything about LARPing, so.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure if it's something that if you know someone that's doing it.
Probably.
You can probably ask and say, hey, can I just come watch sometime? I'm sure they'd be cool with it.
Yeah.
Because if it's the potential for them to get somebody else into doing it, then...
It seems like it would be cool, but then maybe it's like, no, we don't do spectators. You get into, like I could see too where someone wouldn't like that.
But where are you going to do it that you're not going to have spectators anyways?
I have no, I don't know. I don't know where people do these things, so...
In the park.
So apparently you do. But I know, like, from playing D&D, I do not like it when people come down, like Steve's girlfriend, Julie. Like, I love Julie. She's fantastic. But she came down and she was sitting there watching. I'm like, no, you got to go away. I didn't say that. But that's like, I don't want to sit here.
Because you kind of get into the character.
Yeah, and I don't want to see her in role play. And it's just, I feel silly. It kind of pulls you out of it and makes you feel silly. So
yeah, I totally get it. It's you shouldn't, because it's I don't know if it's a sign of embarrassment.
Well, it's part of the game, but she doesn't play, so all I can think of is she's judging me.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe that's exactly what it is. Is that it's you're not so much embarrassed by what you're doing. You're worried about what the other person is going to, how their mood may change or what they're thinking while you're doing it.
Yeah, especially because like your character is sometimes not like you at all. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sometimes things happen.
It's role playing. You're doing something completely different. All my characters are exactly like me, though.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't role play though.
No.
I haven't role played since high school.
My characters, let's see. My first one was like, she was like super tough and like total bitch, which I could relate to. And then my second character was this little pixie, and she was totally like flighty and just goofy and silly and happy, which I can relate to. Like they're not very robust characters when I play them. Like they're very one-dimensional pretty much. So I just kind of pick like one of those traits and just go with it. Balls to the wall, just like, you're a total bitch. Or, right now, like, my cleric is a total, like, nerd and just, total goody-goody and just, yeah. So she's, like, all, play by the rules type of girl.
That's cool.
Yeah, which I can relate to. So.
I have always wanted to do some D&D, though.
Yeah. But
I've never wanted to, like, just go find people in town.
Yeah, and
that's the weird thing.
They have it where you can do it online and stuff, but my problem is like I'm already committed to so much with gaming that I don't really know if I would do something once a I don't know if I have enough time in my life to commit to like a weekly thing, another weekly thing. Like cuz Scopeak was looking for something like that. Like to have people do that, and it's like I would love to, and it sounds so fun. But I don't know if I don't want to get started in it and like then kind of drop out of it. Like it would be something, if I'm going to do it, I would commit to that group, and I just don't know if I have time for it. Which I should probably respond to that forum post, because I asked him all about it, and he like totally answered all my questions, and then like I haven't been back to tell him like, oh, it sounds fantastic, I can't do it. There's no way. I would hate it if I like bailed on somebody, Yeah. With that type of group, you don't bail on people.
Right.
Not like a WoW group. You can just bail on WoW groups anytime, right?
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. So.
I think so.
We did too. I mean.
Oh, okay. It's true.
Because, we were kind of like, eh.
I did it, like a week or two before you guys
did?
So I look like an asshole for a week.
Yeah, and then we did it anyway. So I don't know if people know this. We used to, a long time ago, Multiplaying had like our homepage was the blog of Multiplaying, and then we had still the podcast and the forums and all that. But the blog was the homepage. And then we got out of blogging for whatever reason. I don't remember now. I think we all just kind of got tired of blogging. We kind of got burnt out on it.
Yeah.
So we took that down because it looked like our whole site was dead, but we were still hanging out on the forums and stuff. So when we did that, we lost the blog. But then recently we kind of wanted to get back into blogging a bit. A couple people did. But the thing I wanted to do at the time was not have it called Multiplaying, because I feel like that limits us, and Multiplaying, the blog, was supposed to be like just this big co-op gaming blog. But by naming it Multiplaying, people felt like, well, you had to be one of the multiplaying people. Yeah, to do, and we don't want it to be like that. So
yeah, and so it basically kind of became me blogging and trying to get other people to keep going at it, but it was hit and miss. We would have up times and down times, but it just slowly became to the point where I personally was getting out of wanting to do a traditional blog, so I kind of just stopped doing it. So without a lot of push from me to get people into doing it, we just stopped doing it.
Yeah. And then recently, people have been kind of like, what if we had that blog going again?
Yeah.
So I started.
So some people could post occasionally if they wanted.
Yeah. So what it is like if you're new to blogging, this is a great way to just kind of. We call it Bind Point because we didn't want to name it Multiplaying for the reasons I stated earlier. So it's called Bind Point, and if you go to thebindpoint.wordpress.com, that's the blog. And we've got about 15 writers signed up, but only about 5 people, I would say, actually write. Mm-hmm. But it's still, the option's there for people who want to. Some people are bloggers elsewhere, and this is like a side gig, like a side thing they'll do once in a blue moon if their topic doesn't really fit with their blog's theme. Other people are completely new to blogging, and this is just their way of blogging once in a while without that pressure of having to maintain a blog of their own to see if they actually want to do it.
Sure.
It's a nice mix, but it's still very slow though. We probably have one update a week. Sometimes we luck out, have a few more, but
check it out.
Yeah, it's pretty good. There's some good writing on there. Recently, this week, we just added a new writer. He is the YouTuber for adults only Minecraft. Have you seen that?
I've not.
Okay.
Up until tonight. I just saw the link, so.
Oh, yeah, I really liked his videos, and I had recently started playing on the same server as Minecraft server as him, and another, it's like a group of YouTube, Minecraft YouTubers or video game YouTubers. And so I was watching his stuff and we were talking, and he's like, I would love to blog. And he's like, but he hasn't. And I'm like, well, if you want, I could just, invite you and you go ahead. And he wrote this really cool piece about kind of being addicted to Minecraft. And I thought it was a really nice write up. So
yeah, it was, kind of, I don't know if that was intent or not. I kind of saw it more as an art piece.
Ooh, classy.
Well, yeah, I mean, I didn't mean to make it sound pretentious or anything, but just after reading it, you kind of have to get through the whole thing to kind of. It was more of a short story. It was kind of more artistic than a standard blog post would be. Standard blog post, I think, this is my feelings towards something. This is information about something, but this was more of a kind of a creative story. So,
yeah.
And I liked it as that.
I did too. And I kind of like having this mix of writers because you get that variation.
Sure.
You get news accounts of the day, you get people's thoughts on their theories on, some sort of gaming aspect, you get people's, daily blogging journal type of thing. That's kind of how I write. And then you get stuff like this, which is more creative. And I like that. I think it makes for an interesting blog. You never know what you're going to get that way on the Bind Point. If you would like to write or thought about writing on a blog and wasn't sure really where to start, go ahead and let us know, and we would approve you on Bind Point. So
awesome. So, do we want to skip from video games over to the wild world of Agent Carter?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I like Agent Carter. Do you like Agent Carter?
I now like Agent Carter quite a bit, so much so that I'm completely caught up with the show.
Are you? I was just going to say, how many did you get to watch? Wow,
all of them.
That is a lot for you. Good for you, buddy.
Yeah, to the point where I watched the first few, and then it basically was I had to keep seeing what happened next.
Yeah.
And watched everything via online methods, and then when they had the episode on the other night, I went ahead and set the DVR to record it so I could watch it, and I watched it the next night after, and I'm all caught up waiting for the season finale next week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just for our listeners, how do you watch old shows of Agent Carter so that they can get caught up?
Well, I kind of had to do a very mixed method to get them all because I could not find. There's an ABC Go page that you can go to watch it. If you just look up Agent Carter, I think that usually the first Google hit will be for the ABC Go web page, and the only way that I think you can watch it through there is if you sign in through your cable or television service provider's account which for me is like actual like Frontier Communications. It's a FiOS distributor here in Indiana. I was able to sign in through there and watch a few of the episodes through there, but they didn't have all of them for some stupid reason. Like the first episode I couldn't find anywhere, so I will blatantly say it. Yeah, I went and found the episode online elsewhere by not legal means and watched it that way.
Oh my.
I don't give a shit. Well, I mean, I was legitimately trying to watch it via ABC's site through my distributor, but they just straight up didn't offer it, so I went and found it. So I watched that, and then I think I used Hulu for the second one before realizing that you could do the ABC Go thing. So then that's how I watched the rest of it. But yeah, the first episode, for some stupid reason, I could not find anywhere.
Oh, that's
not
frustrating.
Hulu, ABC Go, or anything. So.
Huh.
But after I figured out the ABC Go thing, everything was smooth sailing, and yeah, it's good times. I like that show quite a bit.
Why?
Why? Because, in my opinion, it's because it's not so much of a comic book show.
Yeah.
It touches the comic books enough to remind you that it's in that universe, but it's more of an era crime show than anything.
Yeah.
It's kind of like an espionage, or I will say that the point that bugs me a little bit is that it's almost like a cop show, and it's like they're not really supposed to be cops. They're supposed to be kind of like
agents,
really secretive agents, and it's like, okay, the stuff that they're doing in the show sometimes it's too blatant, like they're trying to do cop work, and that's not what their jurisdiction would probably be over. But
what I think it is that what this agency is right now is kind of doing a subpar job, and Agent Carter, because the whole climax of this is Agent Carter helps form S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
So she's gonna take that and be like, no, we need some good skills going on in here.
Y'all motherfuckers don't know what you do.
So I don't know if maybe that's why, so that they can have a drastic contrast at the end for what S.H.I.E.L.D. becomes, or but I do still enjoy it a lot, and I really like the the total sexist guy crap and how she shoves it back in their face.
Yeah. The last episode where she kind of point blank sits him down, and when they ask her like how she would have got away with certain things, and she tells him, it's like, well, you never pay attention to me unless your food order or your lunch order's late.
Yeah.
Which kind of makes them realize point blank that, yeah, you fuckers don't even look at me.
It's funny, though. The one guy has started to respect her quite a bit after the Russian trip.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that
guy's a treat.
Huh?
That guy's a treat. Like after his whole story when they were in Russia.
Yeah. But it gave him a lot more depth, and
it did.
I like how he's had a nice character arc since then.
Totally.
So I do like that.
Like he's kind of come around to, like, he seemed like a real dickbag, and then he went through that whole thing, and then you kind of see where he's coming from to a point, and also that you see that after he saw what she was doing, he's kind of come down to earth a lot more. Yeah.
We sound so vague, but we also don't want to give away any spoilers for people who haven't seen a lot of the show, but I think we're doing a good job dancing around all this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like that that I was never, how should I say this? I never realized that Jarvis was a real dude.
Oh, I know in the comics he is.
I never knew that.
Oh, yes.
I guess. Okay. I was never aware of that in the comic. Like, I never made that connection that at one point in time he was a dude. Mm-hmm. And I like that that they have that relationship going on in the show.
You know what? I want to take it back. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he wasn't in the comics.
I don't know. If he was, I was not aware of it. But that's not saying anything. There's shit tons of information in the comics that I'm not aware of, so I'm not afraid to admit that I don't know jack shit about a lot of comic books. But that's a good show. I really, really, really like it, and I hope it gets picked up for another season. But I will say, I hope it doesn't get picked up for more than another season.
Yeah, it has to have a limit, right?
I think that this is a good show to have 2 seasons and be done.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because if they try to stretch it out past that, it'll just seem like they're really just trying to dig for other story arcs to put her in. And where they're at right now with the story arc, where that ended and where it's going in this, at least season finale next week, I can't see them wrapping it up.
I know. I'm going to be so amazed to this. The last couple episodes are just going to be crazy because of all they have to get done. But every episode kind of is crazy. So, but yeah, I've really. Anyway,
yeah, check it out, everybody.
You should watch it. It's really good. And
is there anything else?
No, I think we had a really light week this week. I've been playing mostly Minecraft, like a ton of Minecraft. So
mostly been playing a ton of Guild Wars too.
Yeah.
So kind of.
It's been a nice, relaxing week, I think, of gaming.
I played a game on the 3DS, but I really want to talk with Jason. Hopefully he's feeling better next week to be on. I want more information about the new 3DS from him, and I figured I'd kind of talk about that game with him on. So
yeah,
I'll just hold off.
I'm so sorry I'm here. Sorry, you're stuck here with me.
God damn it. So Minecraft, huh?
No, I don't want to talk about it. I think we're wrapping up.
Oh, okay.
Don't you? I mean, that's it. Like,
I'm good.
Okay, we did a show.
Well, gentlemen, no point in hanging around this dump any longer.
Wait! Where are you going? I was going to make espresso.
Show's over, folks.
You can't go! All the plants are going to die. Take off, eh?
Thanks for listening to Multiplaying, the companion podcast at multiplaying.net. Questions, comments, feedback, errors, etc. can be sent to multiplaying@gmail.com. We invite you to write a review on iTunes and visit our website at www.multiplaying.net.
We've made a lot of friends, shared a lot of laughs, often at the expense of others.
I think some people are going to be upset.
Let me just close this conversation by saying you are one unique individual.
Thank you and good night.